What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're gonna check out Kingdom Come Deliverance again with the HD pack, of course. And we're gonna test it out on the main PC this time. And this time, it will hopefully run smooth from the get-go. So far, it seems like on the secondary computer, it was a little stuttery at the beginning, but then it was like smooth as butter after I played for a little while. So I'm curious how this one will do. Maybe this game just likes NVIDIA and Intel better. And then we've still got the wild card, the 5800X 3D and the 4090 for the TV PC. Because at 4K, it doesn't really matter all that much. As long as you have a relatively new CPU, you should be fine. Now, sure, Intel CPU like the 1300, especially a Tune, will do faster by a couple FPS here and there. Sometimes up to 10. But the difference is, the question is, are you going to notice that? Now, if it's the difference between getting 60 or not, sure. But very, very often, all right, so far I can count on one hand the amount of times that CPU has held me back from getting a minimum of 60. It's usually something 58 or 59. It's like, oh, darn, I'd never even noticed that without a frame rate counter. Anyway, why don't we stop blabbing and why don't we hop in, take a look at the settings, and get ourselves some gameplay.
So here we go. We're gonna max it out at 4K, just like we did on the secondary here, only that was at ultra wide 3440 1440, just to be clear. But we're gonna max it out. Well, almost. There's ultra, but I figured this would get like 30 FPS if we did that, so if that. So we're just gonna do very high instead, with no motion blur, because I don't like that shit. Anyway, let's get into the game and see how this computer does. Here we go. Get ourselves a little gameplay here and see what I mean. Right off the rip, we're getting like pretty much smooth as hell frame times. I think this one once or twice had like a small little stutter. But I think for the most part we were getting frame times like this, so this was definitely the smoothest computer of the bunch. Now very often it is, but there are some occasions where the secondary computer that's all AMD is smoother. Because I feel like some games probably hate that 13th gen with its E-cores and shit. A lot of games and stuff, I think, get confused and try to put games on the E-cores, kind of like this game's doing right now. But it doesn't seem to be affecting it negatively, so when that happens, I don't care. But I think it causes some games to stutter. I wish games were smarter and was like, oh, that's a hard-to-run game? Okay, well, we're just going to put all of that on your P-cores. Because I'm pretty sure you got 8 P-cores that are hyper-threaded. And then you got 16 E-cores that are hyper-threaded, and that equates 32 total. I could be doing that wrong, but I think that's how it works. And we got a big old radiator keeping this thing cool, so even though sometimes it bumps up to 130 watts, we don't really see much more than like 68 degrees. I think maybe once or twice it got to 72. But it stays pretty damn chilly. And it's very quiet. Like, even when you play a game, I can hear my GPU more than I can hear my radiator. The only time you hear the radiator fan spin up is if you encode a video or something or run Cinebench. Then you can hear them a little. But it's still nothing like the laptop's kind of sound, so not that bad. But ever since I got the full version of DaVinci, I just use the GPU and it doesn't make like a peep and gets done like 3 times as fast. I can do like 3 or 4 videos in the time I could have done like 1. It used to take me like an hour and 45 minutes to encode one of these. And that's with a freaking 13900 KF. But I was doing high bitrate and all that shit. If I wasn't doing that, it probably wouldn't have taken so long, but I try to make these look as good as I can for you guys. And I know YouTube kills bitrate, so I try to combat that by doing super high bitrate. There's a cow in my way. Do you guys think I can jump the cow? Oh, I almost did. Nope. I can't quite jump the cow. This guy's too much of a pussy. But yeah, we're getting very smooth frame times. I think this game probably likes NVIDIA and Intel the best. But the TV PC still does a pretty decent job, but it definitely has its fair share of stutters here and there. But they're not like gigantic. I think there's only like 1 or 2 gigantic stutters that are actually noticeable. But it's still funny how people think that that thing is just like a stutter fest. They act like every game is Castillo Protocol or something. And I'm like, no, I've got one of those. It's not that bad. Especially if you sit there and tinker and tune it like I did. So mine tends to get way, way better results than all the reviewers do. Just like if you put lots of effort into the Intel. If you get like really fast RAM and sit there and get like really put the ring all the way up to like 5 gigahertz plus. Usually it can't go much higher than 5 gigahertz, but every once in a while people can get lucky and get like 5.1, 5.2, and then get that RAM as high as you can. I got like 7200, which is like, I think the bottom end of high-end RAM for these things. But you really want to get some 8000. if you want to be super competitive with frame rates. But all this stuff adds up, and then you're spending like $1,200 for like maybe 10, 15 extra FPS at the end of the day, and I don't know. I mean, I might do that when I make my next computer, just go balls to the wall. If I'm going to go that crazy with the water cooling, I mean, I might as well just go crazy with everything. Just make it Pig Chungus 3.0, where everything's even more insane than before. Ooh, gross. That was out. Gross, gross, gross. I'll have to pack a new bowl after I get done recording this. I also think I need a drink. I don't think I have any more. Nope, there ain't nothing left in that. That Mountain Dew ski is all out ski. I usually have like 1 or 2 Mountain Dews at night now, but I usually just drink like water that's got gamer subs in it. Shit's great. It's delicious. Doesn't have a bunch of sugar. Although, just watch. Later on, they're going to go, oh, by the way, that shit gives you cancer. That seems to be like what happens with almost everything, though, so wouldn't surprise me. Anytime people try to go to the next health craze, I'm like, nope, I don't care. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Because whatever I seem to be doing seems to be working pretty damn good. But I still wanted more water. I wasn't drinking enough water. So that's why I was like, all right, well, I don't like just water by itself, but I don't really want to drink stuff that has a bunch of sugar added to it, like most of the other additives do. So, luckily, Gamer Stuff's to the rescue. Got some vitamins in there, some shit that's good for your eyes. And so far, every single one I've tried has been absolutely delicious. To the point where I'd rather have it than pop most of the time. But I still let myself have some Baja Blast. That's still a great beverage. Probably my favorite pop of all. But anyway, let's move on.
Now let's get some camera recorded gameplay here. So far it seems to be running really nice. Well, if I say that, it gets a little stutter, but still, this is a billion times better than anything else so far. Although the AMD secondary computer eventually got to be about this smooth, but at first it sure wasn't. This one's been the absolute smoothest so far. Though I'm curious, is it because of the 4090 or is it because of the Intel? I guess we'll find out when we get to the DVB-C, huh? Oh, that's right, I can't go that way. That way is just a wall. Haha, there's that guy there. We kicked his ass, although he was still kicking my ass even with everybody else. He didn't care about them. He wanted to go right for me.
It's like, you brought them here. Fuck you. So yeah, even with help, I kind of get my ass kicked by him. A butterfly and a vineyard. Yeah, they did a pretty damn good job on this game, especially with the HD pad. I don't know how old it is, but it looks pretty damn good. I found the sheep. Alright, I'm gonna stop chasing these sheep now. And anyway, I think it's about time we wrap the video on up anyway. Chasing the sheep took longer than I thought. Anyway, let's go wrap the video up.
Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Kingdom Come Deliverance on the main PC, and it ran great right from the get-go. Barely had any stutters at all. And the ones it did have were so minor, I never would have noticed them without a frame rate counter. So that's pretty awesome. I'm curious, was that because of the 4090, or is that because of the Intel, or is it a combination of the both? So I guess we'll find out when we get to the TV PC, which is next. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video though, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.